This is Iowa's News Now Sports with Owen Sebring.
If there's one team in the Big Ten that's given the Hawkeyes fits over the last two seasons, it's Northwestern and Coach Bob McEwen's Blizzard defense. They've won 3 of their last 5 games against the Hawkeyes, but Lisa Bluter told us this week she thinks the Blizzard defense, it's all hype, just a gimmick to sell books. She's not buying the storyline. Bluter's bunch back at home, winners of 7 of 8. On the bench for Northwestern is Tangela Smith, a legendary Hawkeye who had a lengthy WNBA career. She's an assistant now with Wildcats. Late in the first half, it's the Hawks bringing the noise on defense. Molly Davis flying in for the block. Got the smallest player on the roster out there swatting shots. Down on offense, Hannah Stolke with a kick out to Gabby Marshall behind the arc. She's just starting to find her stroke again, but those were her only points of the night. Next possession, Markle on the giving end this time to Sydney. A falter for the lay-in. Everybody getting in on the box score. It was working across the board tonight for the Hawks. Tip out rebound from Sonano to Caitlin Clark, who gives it up in the front court to Hannah Stolke in the post. That connection was lethal tonight and will be for the next couple years. Clark was slinging it. 14 assists. Check out the sizzle here inside to Sonano. The heave and the harm. Sonano with 18 points. Stolke, she was balling out there tonight. Check out the wash grad at the end of the first half. Takes a charge. She was a mercenary against Northwestern. Hawkeyes up big at half. Moving into the third quarter. Caitlin Clark. Clark just one rebound away from a triple-double, 20 points and 14 dimes. Stolke had 17. The team that's given Iowa issues for the last 2 years, the one with a lot of defense. Yeah, Iowa drops 93 on them. Hawks by 1,000,000 at Carver. Big game in the MVC tonight in Des Moines. UNI gets a floater from Maya McDermott to drop with 0.3 seconds left on the clock. UNI closed the night with a 70-69 win over Drake. And currently, the Panthers are tied for the conference lead in the MVC. In the Big 12, the Cyclones score an 11-point win over Kansas State, who beat Iowa early in the season. Relatively pedestrian night for City High grad Ashley Jones, who had 14 points. 4 players with 14 tonight, including Emily Ryan, who was just a couple assists away from a triple-double. Important matchup tonight in the ARC between Wartburg and Co. Co-Hawks have won 8 in a row. Knights have won 4 straight. This game tied at 19 midway through the second. But Wartburg just goes bananas late in the half. Lauren Westy going to work in the paint. Knights take a 4-point lead. A few possessions later, Sarah Faber lines it up and knocks it down. The Knights have stretched their lead to 10. Faber had 24. Co finally breaks out of their scoring slump on an and-one floater from Ellie Wisner, but Co went cold late in this first half. In the final minutes of the second quarter, Jade Murphy, she cans a 3-pointer to make it a 13-point game. Wartburg outscores Co 22-7 over the final 6 minutes of the half. 5th straight win for the Knights, who are 6-0 in the ARC. The Kirkwood men have been outstanding this year. A couple of recent losses have dropped them out of the top 10, but a top 15 matchup here against Ellsworth. Panthers went on a 6-0 run to start the game, but Kirkwood punches back with a hard-fought layup from Cassius Brooks. First points of the night for the Birds. Noah King, scoring 15 points more than his jersey number, lays it high out the window on the ensuing possession to cut the lead to 2. Down 3 midway through the half, Jacob Runyon eyes it and flies it from the land of plenty. It's tied at 17, but the Eagles' guy tonight was Justin Recker. Just a wrecking ball off the bench, scores 26 points for Kirkwood, who holds Ellsworth to a season-low 73 in the win. Tonight we move over the hump in our countdown to the top plays of the year of our Lord 2022. We spread the love equally across baseball, wrestling, and basketball so far, but we're going back to the mat tonight. Another wrestling edition from the 3A state tournament. Jalen Garvin earns the 100th pin of his career and his 3rd career state title in somewhat confusing fashion. Late in the second period of a scoreless match, the Iowa City West kid winds up face up on his opponent and somehow still puts his shoulder down for the fall. Jalen said afterwards he had no idea how it even happened, but a state-winning pin to finish his perfect season, takedown of his coach, and our number 6 play of the year. At number 5, we're getting some volleyball in the countdown. Tournament match for Marion out in Mount Vernon. Incredible succession of digs for Michaela Goad, Avery Van Hook, and Natalie Hartman, laying out for all 3 touches, and somehow it drops for the point. Marion, they made it to the quarterfinals of this year's state tournament, and they earn our number 5 play of the year. So for sports tonight, we'll be right back with a final look at your weather.